go. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. I was sick as a fucking dog. I'm still not 100%, but my throat was killing me, and it was incredibly ridiculous, like dry mouth, dry throat. My fucking sinuses are like, 2 nights ago when I was trying to sleep, it felt like my nose was gonna explode. You know when you have a stuffy nose? I already have a stuffy nose to begin with, like with my whole septum deal going on with my nose that I need surgery for already. I got an actual stuffy nose that was combined with it, and I'm just, yeah. It was so heavy in my nose that I could feel it up into my eyes, and it made it hurt whenever I looked like left or right, and I ended up getting this crazy headache in the front of my forehead. It was bad. I took some medicine and shit, and I just laid down, and I was knocked the fuck out, so I feel a little bit better than I did, but definitely not 100%. It didn't help that it was hot as shit. It just like went out of nowhere. It was like 20, 30, 40 degrees, maybe tops in New Jersey for like the past, I don't even know, month and a half or something like that. Then all of a sudden it just like went up to like 75 degrees, and you know how like even these considered just warm temperatures aren't really that hot. They just feel extra hot because they're not used to it. Alright guys, typing with aim assist feels like cheating now. When that medicine knocked me the fuck out, I mean Alexis told me that she had to like move me because I sounded like I was choking on my own tongue. I guess I was just sitting there like, I got challenged to a 1v1. And I know it's like, okay, yeah, what's the big deal, Jason? You probably get challenged to 1v1s all the time. And you are correct, I do. I honestly wish I had a counter for how many 1v1s I've been in / been challenged to. If so many people as a Call of Duty player anyway, I'm assuming this happens with everybody else as well, that are considered good at a game or popular on a game or whatever. Everybody always wants a challenge to be able to kind of measure themselves up to what they think is like incredibly good at the game, I guess. Which is completely understandable. For me, I don't really like the idea of trying to play against people that I know are 100% better than me. As you can see here, still playing pubs, still making montages and shit. I'm not on no competitive team. I'm not doing that shit. So even though I am kind of inherently a pretty competitive person, I guess to a degree, you know, under certain things, I feel like most people are. I haven't tried to go pro. I haven't ever wanted to become pro. I didn't want to do anything like that. Competitive gaming wise, didn't really cross my mind. Didn't really want to be that. I did some game battles here and there, but honestly, I knew it wasn't going to happen. So, ended up getting challenged to a 1v1 by Aiden. Aiden, Ghost Aiden. I'm not sure if he had any other names before besides like the Call of Duty one that I know. Ghost Aiden, he's considered one of, if not the best controller player competitively on Fortnite. He ended up putting out a tweet about 2 or 3 days ago now. Oh, it's 1 day ago. What the fuck is going on? I laid in bed a lot of the day, okay? Aiden says, I will challenge any pro or FaZe member to a $1,000 to $10,000 1v1 quickscope match on Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, COD 4, or MWR. And immediately as soon as I saw that, in my head, I was just like, he's trolling, right? You're not fucking serious. And I mean, it wasn't to take anything away from him immediately, but I just sat there and looked at it and I was like, this guy plays Fortnite competitively. Yeah, he's incredible at Fortnite, but that's not Call of Duty. They're two different things. You can't just, even though you can be really good at one game and it can somewhat carry over to other games, especially when you're playing on controller for all of them or playing on PC for all of them, he's got to be somewhat formidable to some degree, or at least he thinks in himself and have asked people around him who won't lie to him and go, damn, you know, this guy's good enough to actually be able to tweet this shit out without actually just losing money over nothing. Now, before I had this train of thought, though, I immediately replied instinctually, you're on some shit! After I tweeted that, he immediately, it's like he was just staring at his mentions. Now, I don't really know if it's because necessarily like he went to my channel or anything. He doesn't follow me or anything. So I think the only reason I ended up seeing his tweet was because I think Thief or somebody ended up replying to it, or Pramaj or someone. People that are in my team. Especially if he's going to be putting money on this shit, I know that he's got to be confident. Even though, I mean, for me, I don't usually do much with money. I just save money. I don't know. So I decided to do some research. I was like, all right, I'll just go onto his YouTube channel and, you know, just type in some, you know, Aiden Call of Duty or something like that, and nothing came up on his channel. It turns out that like he only started uploading on his current YouTube channel under Ghost Aiden anyway, like 5 or 6 months ago or something like that. So I was like, huh, he either had to delete all of those older videos or he just never played Call of Duty to begin with. But then I still, in the back of my mind, was like, there's no reason why he would do this if he did not play Call of Duty, and then specifically, and I mean specifically, pick all of the Call of Duties that just so happen to have ridiculous spawn traps. Notice he doesn't say MW3 or Black Ops 1 or anything newer than Black Ops 2. Not Black Ops 4, not Black Ops 3. Now, given every single Call of Duty has spawn traps, but the spawn traps on those games were especially ridiculous. And what I mean by spawn trap basically is a literal spawn trap, not something where they got you pinned in a corner and you can only go out and choose 2 or 3 different ways. I'm talking about spawn trap where literally you spawn, can't even take a step forward, and you will die again. And you will spawn, take a step forward, and die again. And I mean that to the most literal degree, to where your character, you simply cannot play the game, and whoever gets the spawn trap first wins. A 1v1 first to 20, 1v1 first to 10, whatever you did, you would be spawn trapped for near 20 kills straight. And they could go longer if they wanted to, especially if they've practiced. Now, I don't know how true this is, but looking into some comments and things like that about people just mentioning Aiden in Call of Duty, now I'm sure his avid viewers are actually aware of this, but it turns out that he had a name before, or at least that's what's coming up, and I look like a complete fucking idiot saying this. I ended up coming across somebody that was named Marathons. Instead of an O at the end, it was an X though. And people were saying that this was Ghost Aiden back in the day, just doing, you know, competitive sniping. I did some competitive sniping here and there, but he was doing like competitive 1v1s as well, or maybe mainly 1v1s, I'm not entirely sure, but there was also a whole bunch of things back in the day, like it was top 50 NA, SLB sniper leaderboards. It was basically the competitive sniping scene where basically you would play like you would in pro matches, but you have your own set rules where it was just quick scope. There's a whole set of rules, you can't hard scope, all sorts of weird little rules that I won't go into details about. Basically though, what I'm saying is Ghost Aiden knows what the fuck he's doing. I found some videos of this marathon guy, and it turns out that this guy at one point held the record. He was ranked #1 on multiple leaderboards, or it's SLB, top 50 NA, and all the other like larger leaderboards out there that people would follow. Basically, those leaderboards were YouTube channels that had rankings listed on them, and then they would upload the matches to basically show why the rankings are what they are. Now, it wasn't an insanely huge scene or anything, but there were people that committed their fucking lives to this shit, especially those 1v1 guys. Now, here's the thing, even though I was recruited to FaZe for just being a fucking idiot and being pretty good at Call of Duty, I'd say, I'm sure, I mean, a lot of people got their opinions out there. It's like, you know, sniping's dead and Call of Duty's dead and all this other shit, but past all of that, I made montages. I wasn't necessarily a competitive player for most of the things, like I've been saying this entire time. So, for different types of people out there, some people were competitive snipers, some people were montage makers, other people were just straight pub stomping, other people were YouTube/content creators of their pub stomping, other people were just, you know, doing commentaries and shit. It was a decently small niche group of people that did this whole competitive sniping thing. And to take that and then to pull a small group of those people that did the competitive 1v1s, this dude probably sat there for hours among hours among hours, just like I did, sitting there in pub matches for hours upon hours upon hours. He did that in 1v1s. I did that in public match snipings and hitting clips and shit like that. So 1v1 wise, I'll probably lose, to be honest. Yes, he may be rusty. Yes, he plays Fortnite now. And yes, I do have a chance at winning. Yes, sure. But I'm not about to bet money on it. It's not gonna happen. I am not gonna bet even $1,000 for that shit just because, I mean, no offense, I'm just not fucking stupid. Betting that amount of money is just fucking ridiculous. I'm seeing it everywhere. It's on Twitch, it's on YouTube. He's not the first person to, you know, bet some odd amount of money based on a competition, right? But for me, it's just, I'm not betting money, no. I'm trying to be a responsible person here. Now, Aiden, if it's not you, I'm sorry for sounding like a fucking idiot, and I was completely wrong, and I just psyched myself out over some random ass person that was really fucking good at 1v1s. I respected that guy, whoever the fuck I was just watching little videos of. He had like the spawn trap record on BO2 Nuketown or some bullshit. Dude was ranked #1 on the leaderboards at one point. Hey, you gotta respect the people like that. I mean, some of those leaderboards are pretty corrupt, don't get me wrong. I know some people and I've seen some shady shit happen. Money involved, friendships involved, just, you know. But it's just, this guy's legit. Will he be able to make a montage on the scale of FaZe Jev 3? I'm saying this ironically, by the way. We'll never really find out because he's too busy just killing another game, but hey, respect to Aiden regardless whether that's him or not. I'm just, yeah, I'm good. I'll turn it down. Just because it's money involved. If not, if there was no money whatsoever, sure, maybe I try it. Fuck it. So man, I got a mortgage and shit. I'm not about to sit here and just fucking start throwing out $10,000. I know how crazy people are into stats and cash and money and shit right now on YouTube. That's just a trend, but trust me, you don't just throw away $10,000 unless you're fucking insane. Dude, all the low levels in these lobbies are just incredible. Like, these lobbies, I would have killed for these like 2 years ago. But yeah, I know my subscribers, hey guys, listen, I know you might be disappointed in me for not taking them up on the offer, but I'll let somebody else handle it that is more experienced in the 1v1 department. Hey, if you want to do a little challenge back and forth for like 2 weeks, who could make a better montage, we could try that. But I know you're busy with the whole Fortnite shit, so I pass. Hey, you could probably win.
Okay, here we go.
Hover over that name
I got it.
and press X on him and then go down the top with me. Yo.
Hello, sniper again.
Yeah. Bro, is this guy level 248? God dang. Yeah. Let's back out.
Just, come on, man. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My most recent videos are popping up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if my energy is kind of low today. Not sure if it is or not, but I'm just not 100%. Just forgive me, please. And yeah, it's FaZe Jev, guys. Later. Bye.